is my fancy little list that guides my travel throughout the years. Hi everyone, it's Rox. Welcome to Rock City, and today I wanted to share with you some tips about how to create a travel bucket list. And I've come armed with my travel bucket list. You can see this is my fancy little list that guides my travel throughout the years. I've had this thing for so long, right? It's tattered, it's looking kind of dingy. Let's see how close I can come in with this thing. So one time I was traveling for work. I was in upstate New York, and it was a nice hotel, right? The Desmond in Albany, New York. But as I was up there in upstate New York, which anybody who's ever been to upstate New York, I mean, my goodness, this place is like a whole new world, you know? So I was like, man, there's a lot of places in the world that I would rather be right now than in Albany, New York. So as I laid there in my hotel room that night after the conference, I was like, let me start writing out places that I would want to visit. And I just laid there and I just wrote a whole bunch of countries down, a whole bunch of places that I want to visit. And believe it or not, I've kept this little list with me all this time. There's quite a few crossed off of here. Not a lot, you know, not as many as I would like, but I feel blessed to have crossed anything off of here at all. This list has been so instrumental in inspiring my travel over the years, and so I thought I'd come on here and talk with you about how to put together a travel bucket list. So I've listened to a lot of people. Most people have some kind of dream that involves traveling, involves seeing the world. It's just something that a lot of people like to do. Now, I know there are homebodies who don't want to go anywhere, but from my experience, that travel is, you know, something that quite a lot of people want to do, and it seems so far away, and they just don't know how to make it really happen for them. And I can tell you that a bucket list, a little list of the places that you want to go, is such an instrumental part of figuring out how to travel and actually getting the boots on the ground and making it happen. You will probably write these things down here and you'll see Fiji, Bora Bora, Mauritius, New Zealand, Vanuatu. Like, how am I ever going to go to these places? But when you write them down, you make it almost a reality. You put it out there that you have this desire to do this thing, and somehow, some way, you'll find some way to make it happen. You don't say, I can never go to, you know, Malaysia. You say, listen, I want to do this thing as a part of my life, and I'm going to figure out how to make it happen. You make a way to make it happen. Instead of saying I can't, you say how can I, or how will I make this happen, and then somehow you find a way, right? And I don't want to be glib about it. I know that there are many people for whom travel is, you know, basically people could consider it a pipe dream, because, you know, it's still a very difficult economy for a lot of folks. But a lot of my content is really geared towards those sort of working to middle class folks who they should have disposable income, technically speaking, but life just happens and you just find yourself spending on a whole bunch of other things through necessity or through desire, but you just don't find a way to do one of the things that most want to do, which is travel. Recently, I was at work and we were doing some icebreaker activities, and one of the questions during the icebreaker was, you know, if money was not an object and if time was no concern, where would you want to go? And it was just amazing to just hear all the different places that people were just like throwing out there. And I know like a lot of these people probably had no plans in the near future to make that happen. And I was thinking, man, there's all these things that people want to do that they're going to retire without being able to do that. And I always say to folks, retirement is a great time to travel, right? It's a great time to take cruises. But I don't want to be retired and be on a zip line. I don't want to be retired and bungee jumping out of somewhere to stop my heart when I'm 65. I really want to do that now while I still feel young enough, and while I won't be killing myself trying to go hiking up some kind of a mountain or something like that. So I think it's important for folks to prioritize the things that they want to have happen in their one short little life on earth. And a bucket list is a crucial part of that. So to get back to the subject about how to create a bucket list, really, there are a number of ways to do that. Now, most people have an idea of a few countries that everybody kind of wants to go to. Like, there are certain places in Europe, in the Caribbean, in Asia that a lot of people want to go to, but there's so many other places that you could add to your bucket list. So I would say just have fun with it. You could even just grab like a globe and just like start sticking pins and say, or a map, I want to go here, I want to go there, and just take those countries and write them on a list. It's that simple. That's how you create a travel bucket list. You just identify a bunch of places that you want to go, put it on a list, and then over time you start working towards making it happen. So that's it. It's very simple advice, but it's something that a lot of people don't do. They don't take pen to paper and write down what it is that they want to do and where it is that they want to go in their lives. And because of that, time just goes by, and next thing you know, many years have gone by, and you have children, and you have all these other responsibilities, and you have all these other financial things that happen, and you never make way for some of the things that you want to do and some of the things that would make you happy. So for anybody who's watched all the way through to this point, I would say grab your pen and paper, or if you'd rather do it on like a digital surface, like, you know, your phone or your iPad or your computer or whatever, just start typing up some places where you want to go. Dream. Think about the possibilities, and I assure you that while you won't find yourself crossing every place off on your list, for example, I really haven't crossed that many off, but you know what? It feels good to have crossed a few places off of here. And I hope that this inspires you to go out and create your own travel bucket list, and maybe I'll be running into you at one point around the globe in Laos. I have Laos on here, guys. Morocco. Maybe I'll run into you in Morocco. How about that? Thanks for watching my video. If you like this content, like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.